put a PowerPoint together, but you guys have done it, and I'm very, very proud of you. Your teachers are proud of you. Ms. Kim is proud of you. There are adults that don't even have the skills to do this, but you as 4th and 5th graders already have those skills. And these skills will help you later once you go to college. You do a lot of PowerPoint presentations for your classes. So you already have a skill that you could use in college.
Did you know that some kids have to eat fast food for breakfast because parents may be running late to work? Parents feel it might be better for them to eat this unhealthy breakfast, or else they might be distracted at school. The benefits may not be good because the food has unhealthy things your body may not need.
Wow, pricing encourages poor nutrition. This means that only half of this hamburger is fat.
People these days in the morning buy fast food because it's a lot cheaper and it's made for you.
Did you know kids learn fast food at a young age because they see people eat it and they want to eat it?
Research now suggests that the typical American childhood diet, including burgers, pasta, pizza, chicken nuggets, french fries, sweet and soda, negatively affects your school performance and learning. Overall, the math performance in the USA is far behind compared to other nations, and probably due to the poor American nutrition diet. As we were doing our research, we found surveys that proved that our diets affect us in education. One of the study children were allowed to fruits and vegetables, and they had a better memory skill. Another similar study did opposite children who ate cookies, chocolates, other sweet, soda, and chips during the first 2 years. They showed IQ. The childhood diet that contains burgers, fries, pizzas, and much more gives children the ability to get diabetes at a young age.
So for our survey, we got 5 students who normally eat breakfast and 5 students who normally don't eat breakfast. We noticed that the students who normally don't eat breakfast could not figure out the silly trick on their survey. They might have been sleepy or without energy.
Are you familiar with these fruits and vegetables? Do you eat them often?
Our hypothesis was correct. There is an exact amount of grease and it's unhealthy food. We all have to eat breakfast to get smarter and stronger. Thank you for coming to our talk presentation.
Introduction. In this presentation, we will talk to you about school tracking and how it affects students everywhere. Have you ever wondered how they graded you and put you into classes with people who have the same intelligence and capabilities as you? People may have positive or negative affections. We're here to tell you how this happens and why.
Problem statement. The problem about school tracking is that teachers and heads of the schools are judging students on their capabilities and abilities. Sometimes this will cause negative and positive affections. This is affecting the people who are being placed in classes they don't really deserve to be. This is affecting students because of their intelligence. It has been happening since the 20th century. So in conclusion, we personally think that school tracking is not happening.
Research and data. School tracking can lead to negative or positive effects. According to John Hattie, in the bottom line of school tracking has minimal effects on learning outcomes and profound negative effects on equality outcomes. Hattie also concluded, after examining a subgroup of students, that no one profits, including high achievers, from the ability grouping, and that students are placed in a given level or tracked classroom based on
this. There are many possible factors that may or may not grant the success of students. People who don't have the best grades are out into low track classes. Low track classes have a dangerous effect on learning. In the article, they suggest to get rid of the low track or reform the low track.
Modeling change. How could we have addressed to need to address the problem through the actions every day? We can make a new school of people doing what they are best at. We can have a school with a huge theater for performing arts and maybe a huge gym for athletic students. We can also have workplaces for math, science, reading, and history. A room for the future technologists, and a music hangout for the musicians.
Conclusion. In conclusion, we have learned that school tracking is not cool and should be stopped, and that school tracks us by our grades. We, the 5th grade students, really think we can stop this by spreading the word and making ideas for our new school of data.
Hi everyone, welcome to our presentation. We'll be talking about why we should stop violence in kids' TV shows. Did you know there are 2 different kinds of violence? One violence is called emotional violence and the other is called physical violence. Kids who see this kind of violence every day will become normal to violence.
Do you know what violence is? Violence is something that hurts or destroys a person. Violence is experienced in a variety of forms that is experienced but in a variety of forms that is not limited to physical and emotional abuse.
Violence in children's TV shows is affecting the kids by singing stuff and pulling them.
99% of families have one television. Kids spend up more than 4 hours a day watching television. Kids can spend up more than 2,400 hours watching TV in 1 year. Some shows include 23 acts of violence.
This month we have done research. We found out kids who watch more violence and emotional, they put less effort into schoolwork. They have fewer hobbies and activities. They play less and they play less with their friends.
And I currently have 4 physical violence and 9 emotional violence. Seven Cat had 6 emotional violence and 4 physical.
Our results compared to the research we did was accurate. We found 13 types of violence in only 15 minutes, which is a good thing because the shows the kids watch have these really kinds of violence.
We don't want children to copy or mimic the characters on TV, always on TV.
You have learned to stop violence in children's TV shows. I hope you enjoyed our presentation. Cheers.
Hi everyone, welcome to our ASES Prep Talk. Today our presentators will be Angel, Alejandro, Andrew, Diego, and me myself will be presenting for right now. Today we'll be talking about the positive effects of video games on children. We believe there are many benefits of playing video games.
Our guiding question is, are video games good for you? And what are some benefits in playing video games? Our introduction. I was playing video games and my mom said that video games are bad. This got me thinking that it was true. We found a video clip in YouTube that was called "Can Video Games Make You Smarter?" Let's go ahead and watch it.
Wasteful time by some. The debate has raged on for years. So are there any positive effects? Can video games actually make you smarter? Before we get ahead of ourselves, it's important to note that too much of anything is bad. Even broccoli. Seriously, extreme high doses of broccoli can actually be toxic. Heck, even water toxicity exists. So if you binge and do nothing but play video games, the risks probably outweigh any benefits. In fact, we have an entire video devoted to what would happen if you stopped going outside and the negative effects of sitting, linked in the description. Having said that, many studies have actually shown increases in cognitive function after playing video games. One study in particular had participants play Super Mario 64 for 30 minutes a day over 2 months. Afterwards, the brains of these participants saw an increase of gray matter in areas associated with memory, strategic planning, and fine motor skills of the hands compared to those who had not played.
Red.
Green.
Purple.
Blue. Yellow. Red.
It becomes more difficult
Black.
Chances are, if you play more than 5 to 10 hours of action games a week, you're able to solve these problems much more quickly. This is because your brain is actually more efficient in the regions associated with attention. Of course,
Parents and teachers believe that video games are bad for kids. Parents and teachers also believe that there is too much violence in video games. They feel kids will become aggressive and less emotional. They feel that it might interfere with school by bringing them to school and playing with them during class time or taking time from homework. Some people feel that playing video games is a waste of time. They do not see the benefits and only see the negatives. Today in the United States, 91% of the children between the ages of 2 and 17 play video games. Up to 99% of boys and 94% of girls play these games.
Research. Cognitive development. Research shows that playing video games helps with multiple intelligence, such as spatial intelligence, which is when you picture patterns in your mind. Motivation. Playing video games makes you happy, excited, powerful, adventurous, accomplished. It makes you feel like you are part of the game. You feel connected to the character. It also allows you to achieve obstacles and achieve hard tasks. Emotion. It helps you change your mood. Video games help you feel your social skills better. Social. Video games help your social skills better. This is because there are online games that allow you to play with other people, and a lot of games that are more exciting to play with friends and family.
We surveyed 60 students, 4 from each class. 2 were boys and 2 were girls. The survey asked about why playing video games and how they feel. They also asked how long do you play during the week. It asked, do you play by yourself, with family members, or with friends?
Alright, so be a change. Video games can change the world by making people feel better. When you feel better, you are happier. Teachers and parents will soon begin to realize that video games can help us in many ways. It can help us in our social skills, memorization skills, creativity, being better communicators, and so many other ways.
Do you wonder why video games make kids smarter? Well, some parents think video games are bad for children because they think it spoils their education. Well, not all of it can be true. Like multiplication.com, it's a game that teaches you while having fun. Some video games are educational, and some parents don't think it is educational. So that's why we tell kids to tell the parents to buy them video games because some are good, some are good video games for us. Thank you for coming to our
ASES Prep Talk presentation.
Okay.
Hello everyone, welcome to our Prep Talk presentation. Today we will be discussing the health in our potato chips. My name is Lisa, this is Eduardo. How greasy are your chips? By show of hands, how many people like eating chips?
who likes Doritos, Takis, Lay's, or Cheetos? People don't care about the grease on their chips. How many people have checked how greasy their chips are?
Which chips from Doritos, Takis, Lay's, and Cheeto Puffs are the greasiest chips?
Lay's.
Lays.
Lay's.
Lays.
Taki.
Lays.
Okay, let's see, let them have quiet hands.
Our hypothesis is that Takis are the greasiest. It is a problem because people could get heart disease from eating chips, even when people eat low-fat chips. Chips that have a chemical called lectin, a fat substitute, may also produce diarrhea and other stomach problems.
We got Doritos, Lay's, Takis, and Cheeto Puffs. With our hands, we crunch the chips into little pieces. To make sure our experiment was accurate, we measured the quality of the chips. We put them on a brown construction paper and labeled the chips on the top corner of the paper. We checked every 10 minutes to see how greasy the chips are. Here are our results.
See, we crushed the chips into little pieces and put them on the brown construction paper.
In every 10 minutes, we check the chips by making a hole in the middle of the paper.
Then we covered the holes and waited another 10 minutes.
As you can see, Lay's has the most grease.
We found out that Lay's has the most grease than Doritos, Takis, and Cheeto Puffs. We found out that Cheeto Puffs have the least amount of grease compared to the other chips. Our hypothesis was that we thought Takis would be the greasiest. Our hypothesis was incorrect.
This is how we measured our results.
First, we measured every 10 minutes how it turned out. Then we waited other 20 minutes.
After that, we waited other 30 minutes.
You should eat more fruits and vegetables. Don't eat that much chips because they give you body problems. You should stop eating healthy chips because they still have lots of grease. You should start reading how much calories are in the chips by looking at the nutritional facts on the back of the box.
If we were to do this experiment again, we would probably leave the chips soaking on the paper and monitor the progress every 1 hour instead of monitoring every 10 minutes like we did. This might have helped us to give us better results because the chips would have had longer time to soak. Also, we would probably buy the same brand like the Cheeto Puffs brand, Lay's brand, or even Doritos brand. For example, if we buy the same brand like Cheeto Puffs, Hot Cheetos, Lemon Hot Cheetos, that might have gave us better results.
School tracking is a system. What is school tracking? School tracking is a system that apparently tracks your intelligence. This is a problem because students feel like they are not supposed to be that level of intelligence. They either feel dumb or overly proud of themselves. This system has been around since the beginning of the 20th century as a way to prepare students for their appropriate place in the workplace. Cooper, 1996. But it is wrong. People are separating students into classes or groups based on their ability. That is the problem of our time.
bottom line of school tracking. Oh, the Washington Post.
Article 2, Research Spotlight on Academy Ability Grouping, NEA.
What others say. We are going to look over some things others say. Most citizens know that tracking separates students by their intelligence. They also sometimes separate them by behavior or body changes. The creators of tracking say that students are tracked to be in their appropriate piece in the learning community. Now you know some things of the same.
Citations. According to Research Spotlight on Academic Ability Grouping by the National Education Association, students with high abilities and skills are given intense, rigorous academic training, while students with lower abilities were given a vocational education. We think that separating students in that way is unfair because we should be able to choose where to go or what classes to take.
Solutions 1 and 2. In Finland, there are no school tracking. All students are entitled to the same high-quality education. The tracking system was abolished in 1985, where students are free of tracking. School is for every student, and what the school must adjust to the needs of every child. Otherwise, other schools eliminate the lowest track, which reforms the classes that harm the students most. One even started a new class with special students, but it was a serious mistake. The problem was the behavior of the class.
Now we must review the last but not least solution. During the first phase of detracking, districts reduced the number of high school tracks from 3 to 2, which made it harder. I'm surprised to say that it worked. Students can choose their tracks, and students are working harder than ever. The thing is, you have to achieve the highest track and choose your track. That is the final solution. Wait, why is the graph not working?
There is a discrepancy between our Dell computers and the Mac laptop that we're using. So there is, all of your graphs are not coming up good, but I just continue from what you already know.
I know, wait. Well, this chart was supposed to say that it showed graphs of the higher minority students and the lower minority students test taking their scores. So high minority students are better in most, and lower minority students do worse according to the
How are utopian schools? Classes, rooms, and a helipad, skate park, pool and jacuzzi, science lab, library, bedrooms, arcade, soccer field, dormitories, paradise and park, no tracking.
And a school is called Pines College. Now I have concluded my statement. We concluded everything. I hope you all know about tracking. Now this concludes my report. Remember that this is happening everywhere. Small groups even.